Okay. Uh, I don't know why I opened that one. I opened the wrong microphone. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you guys the new Switch overlay. Yeah, I had to use a design for my use one for my laptop. I thought it looked really cool. Best part is, if I'm playing, say, Mario Kart, now I can finally see what position I'm in. I don't have to like try to take away my avatar when the thing ends just to see it. But yeah. Anyway, let's get to the real content of the video. Well, not the video per se, but the stream. No, it's not me watching Mario chill and shit. No. It's far from that. Let me just do this really quickly. Okay. Sure, the screen is a little small. Hopefully you guys are able to see it. Okay. Keep in mind, this is like my first time going into the library. For all the times I've played Mario Galaxy, I have never at all went in here. This is gonna be my first time doing so. So let's go. Ooh. Or rather my first time reading this shit. I mean, I heard it's good, so why not let's get started? And I would do this with like, okay, how many chapters is this? Let me see. Yeah, how many chapters is it? Okay, 9 chapters. Okay, so here that how is this gonna go? I'm gonna do 3 chapters a stream. So 3 chapters a stream for this one. Like 3 chapters this Tuesday, 3 chapters next Tuesday, 3 chapters 2 Tuesdays from now. And then after that, that'll be the end of me streaming Mario Galaxy. And this is gonna take place specifically at around 8, which by the way, outside for me looks like it's still daytime. Well, somewhere near the afternoon, sunsetting. I don't know if it's because of daylight savings or what. Anyway. Okay, let's begin. It says Celestial Duel. Our story begins with a very, very long time ago with a young girl. One day, this girl spotted a rusted spice ship holding a small star child. What is your name? Are you lost? The girl asked the star child. I'm Luma, and I'm waiting for Mama. He's coming for me on a comet, said the star child, who had been waiting day and night. Don't worry, I'll wait with you, the little girl promised Luma. At nightfall, the little girl borrowed her father's telescope and peered into the sky. She looked and looked, but but nothing was to be seen. Hours turned to days, then weeks, then months, then years, and still the sky revealed nothing. Finally, the little girl sighed and said to Luma, "If we stay here much longer, I'll be an old lady soon." But then she had an idea. "Why don't we go and find your mother ourselves?" The girl and Luma fixed up the rusty spaceship, and then the two set sail into the starry sky. And this is how the search for the celestial mother began. Starbits. Days passed with no sight of comet or even a single planet. Instead, asteroids extend for as far as the eye could see. If I had known if it was going to take this long, I would have packed more jam, said the little girl above the rumble of her belly. Before they left, she had packed all the essentials: telescope, butterfly, net, stuffed bunny, bread, jam, milk, and apricot flavored tea, but I forgot to bring water. At this, Luma burst into gales of laughter, and the girl began to pout. "As long as I have starbits, I would be fine," said Luma. "Want some?" The girl couldn't stay mad after hearing this. Luma continued to laugh, and the girl couldn't help but join in. "Alright, maybe just a nibble." Leaning far out of the ship, the pair began to collect starbits with the girl's net. They almost fell off a few times, but they kept on collecting. Starbits tasted like honey. The comet. A beam of light pierced through the ship's window. Thinking it was the morning sun, the girl peered through the window, only to find a turquoise blue comet shimmering at her. The little girl shook the sleeping Luma awake and shouted excitedly, "We have to get to that comet." The pair descended on the comet and found that it was made of ice. It looked high and low, but Luma's mother was nowhere to be found. Exhausted, the little girl sat down with a flop, utterly unable to take another step. "Look!" Peering down at the icy ground where Luma was pointing, the girl suddenly noticed clusters of starbits encased in the ice. "Pretty good, huh? Finding starbits is my specialty," said Luma, beaming. "There's ice here, but it is so warm. I bet there's water here too." The two decided to stay on the comet for a while. Riding the tortoise comet, the pair continued to search for Luma's mother. Now these, chapter 4 as well as chapter 5 and 6, will be done for another stream. So, for now, just to pass the time. Okay, how do I exit this? How do I exit? Okay, I didn't want to do that. How about this? Okay, just to pass the time, I'm gonna put Mario in the bedroom so that he can sleep, and then it's mainly gonna be just chilling at this point. There we go. If you hear my desktop audio a little bit, typing in another tag so more views can start ramping up. Okay, Mario. Whee! And like I said before, the only way for me to unlock Grand Finale Galaxy is if I get 120 stars with both Mario and Luigi. Okay, I thought I could like flip over there, but it didn't work. Yep. I'm asleep there so you know where he is. Set my controller down too. And then for the time being, roll and chat about whatever. It boggles me how you can't do the same access the settings you can in the the computer slash laptop version. It's really mind boggling. Cause like there you could change as many settings as you want, but here but on mobile you can't really do shit. I'm probably gonna add in the new tags in the next time. What to talk about? Or you know what? How about this? I'm gonna scroll through TikTok for a little bit, and then whatever video I come across, maybe I'll talk about it here if I find it interesting, if I want to discuss it. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna try to move around this little corner thing so that my controller doesn't like, so the game doesn't like dim its screen like how it just did just now. So, yeah, that's gonna go for me. Okay, something just caught my attention. So, there's this dude who's got a sister who does the you know what, and there was this comment which is read by a little text to speech thingy, and it said like if she continues to go down her current path, then he's prone to face bullying, like kind of stuff like, oh, I banged your sister, or whatever shit like that, synonymous. She got the nerve to say bullying builds character. That's a bullshit ass statement. Bullying does not build character. No, it does not. Hence the name. Bullying is meant to make you feel scared, make you feel like your life ain't worth living. Possibly, if it's worse, that could drive you to the S word I will not say. And mental health is literally one of the most trending problems in our world right now. And one of the reasons why humanity is slowly dying off. Because not only is there people who like to prey on people's detriment, but also who turn a blind eye in front of the blatant disrespect shown to the public eye, or just extremely dismissive and gaslight you about it. Trying to make you think that you're just thinking negatively or that you're just quote unquote overreacting or quote unquote you can't take a joke. Nah, cause suppose that was you. You wouldn't be feeling this. You wouldn't be feeling that way, stuck up and condescending. You wouldn't be feeling that same. You wouldn't be feeling that same way. Let me continue watching this video firstly, because that was one point. Let me continue watching the rest, and then come back with more. So she then proceeded to say, if bullying affects your grades, then you're a quote unquote pussy. That is false statement. That is a false statement. Like I said before, somebody talking shit about you, you're either gonna get mad or you're gonna get insecure about yourself. And the fact that there are people out there that support bullying blindly and stand for it is even more shameful. Because that, and sometimes it'd be the same people that try to want to preach about mental health, but then don't act on it properly. These could be the exact same people saying it, just to look good in front of a crowd. Because, like, suppose that was you in that situation. Suppose that was you who has maybe what, a parent or a relative doing you know what content, and then you end up getting bullied for it, for their shortcomings. You wouldn't feel that something. You wouldn't feel like you get what I'm trying to say, right? Like I said, man, it really boggles my mind and it really pisses me off that there are people out here that blindly support bullying or just turn a blind eye when someone is bullying or when bullying happens. Schools especially, because as it's rumored and quoted, schools are meant to prepare us for the future, which inherently that isn't true. I'm pretty sure a vast majority of us do not know what taxes are, how to pay taxes, how to handle rejection, how to handle stress or manage it, how to handle anger, how to handle anxiety, how to apply for a loan, how to apply for a house, how to apply for a job. Pretty much every important aspect we need to know in the real world. That isn't taught in schools. I mean, sure, we need reading. Sure, we need to know how to add, how to subtract, how to multiply, how to divide. We need those basic necessities. But there are some stuff taught in schools that we necessarily do not need to know. Like who's gonna be walking up in a job interview just saying or shouting at the top of their lungs, mitochondria is powerhouse of the cell, or a squared plus b squared is c squared. I mean, the Pythagorean theorem, that could be useful if you're doing something like architecture. That could help you there. Otherwise, to that, it's practically useless. So I don't even know why they're teaching that. But back on the bullying topic, I do not like those type of people that support bullying, that say, quote unquote, it builds character or it's for your betterment, another word, I do not like those type of people. Those type of people piss me off because it's like those specific people are wanting to see the deterioration and the overall the extinction of all human beings because of their insensitivity. Sorry, that thing dimmed out again. I promised I was gonna keep an eye on my controller. Anyway, like those type of people piss me off. I hate it. I fucking hate it. And you know what happens to those who stand up for themselves? They're the ones ended up getting told that they're overreacting. They're instigating a fight. They did the wrong thing, or whatever synonymous. When they tried reaching out to y'all multiple times and y'all kept gaslighting them, y'all kept patronizing them, chastising them, doing all this shit, not even being helpful to them, for that matter. And then when they finally stood up for themselves, suddenly the person that stood up for themselves is the bad guy. I don't like how schools function like that. Because imagine it. Somebody's been picking on you or one of your friends for longer than you can even tolerate. And you like, you know what? I'm sick of this motherfucker pushing me and my friend around. So you fight back. And then you, of all people, not the bully, you end up getting in trouble. Imagine that. Imagine standing up for what is right only to get in trouble soon after. That's literally how schools operate. And most of society, too. Okay, so another one just came into my feed. Let me talk about this one real quick. So, I'm pretty sure I'm talking to most of my guys out here. So, it's expected to be generous, to be helpful, right? And there are just some people that just make it so much difficult. You know what? I'm not even gonna talk about it because that's gonna get me canceled. So I ain't gonna talk about it. You know what? Fuck it. I'll talk about it. It's the women that be like, I got a boyfriend, or immediately jump to the assumption that being helpful means you're trying to get with them. Seriously? The society that lays us out to be generous any without any reasoning, only to be met with a false accusation of flirting. Really? You know what? Forget what I said. Just know what I was gonna talk about. Know how I was gonna pop off. Know how that was gonna turn out. So Now, here's another one that caught my attention. So, y'all remember young Sheldon, right? It was mainly about this boy genius who apparently is excelling really well, that he got moved a couple of grades and says a lot of witty stuff. Well, there's this one quote. He's like, dealing with failure is a tricky business. You can face it head on and try to overcome it. You can avoid it, try to drown it out, or try to talk to someone about it. However, some choose to run from it, which this is absolutely true. Some have one of those five options, and how do I want to put this at a good guesstimate? It's a high percentage that a lot of people will run away from it. Sometimes it's not even their fault. Sometimes they're told, well, not told, but taught to run away from it. Like, they face it head on, 9 times out of 10, they're shamed more for even their simplistic mistake. Avoiding it likely means you're not wanting to take accountability. Drown it out, technically the same thing. Talk to someone about it, yet again, you're vulnerable to being shamed for your simplistic mistake. That's why a lot of people don't reach out. Because, like I said before with the bullying issue, there's too many insensitive people out here. And those people that think, quote unquote, they're being honest or they're trying to help are actually just making their mental health a lot worse. So another topic just came up. And so it was like a stitch reply thing for TikTok. So the reply was, I have a question. Did you feel like you couldn't do anything without feeling like they're trying to find something to criticize you about? Keep in mind, I have a mother that's like this, criticizing me for every move, or quick to jump to the assumption that I didn't do something or did do something that did something being the wrong thing. And then if I were to like deny that, there'd be huge attempts at manipulation to try and get me to say what she wants to hear. I might end up getting a little high at the voice tone, and she take it as disrespect. What did I learn from that? Simply existing is my fault. That's what I learned from that. Those whole situations. And what she said kind of compares to that as well. She says, if you know somebody that's constantly apologizing, constantly like saying, I'm sorry for doing this, I'm sorry for doing that. Like, you hear it a lot. Maybe it could just be for laughing, could be for talking, basically doing a simplistic human thing. It's a sign that they had a parent or they've had a lot of peers that would criticize their every move, making them feel like their existence is not even worth being on this planet. And you know what's really angering? Most of society seems to condone that. Either they condone, like I said before, either they condone it, turn a blind eye to it, or just be a oblivious bystander towards it. Like I said, this doesn't even happen with just parents. This could be with your peers, some of your friends. And you know, what really angers me is that the same energy in dealing with a toxic relationship isn't applied with a toxic parent or toxic family. We all know that if you have a like I said, I don't know if I mentioned this in another stream, but I think I did, but I'm gonna say it again. We all know that if you're dealing with a toxic spouse, meaning a toxic husband or wife, or if you're dealing with a toxic special one, maybe boyfriend, girlfriend, or even a toxic friend, you're known to leave. Leave that situation, find yourself some peace, build back up your mental health, right? That same mentality, that same thought process is not at all encouraged when dealing with a toxic family member. The toxic family member could be your mom, could be your dad, could be your uncle, could be your aunt, could be your sibling, could be your cousin, could be your godmother, your godfather. It could be anybody in the family. You know what mentality is rubbed into people's faces when they're trying to signify leaving a toxic household? But that's your family. But that's your mom. But that's your dad. But that's your sibling. You only got one blah 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 blah. Well, they only have one me. They'll never find any other me out there. Unless there's a twin. Which, most of the times, twins are not like the other. One could be more outspoken. One could be more shy. One could be taller. One could be shorter. By about an inch. One could be more charismatic. One could be, I don't know, heavy hearted. I don't know. I don't know what the opposite of charismatic is. But still, you get the picture. Like, you only get one chance at raising a child, as you only get one chance at living. And keep this in mind. If an adult child wants nothing to do with their parent, it is most, not most, but it is the parent's fault. By default, it's the parent's fault because that means they didn't raise them right or they did something wrong when they were raising them. An adult child and a parent relationship is only a reflection of how the parent treated the child at their youth when they needed them the most. If the child needed help and the parent was either scolding them for it, criticizing them harshly for it, or doing all this toxic shit towards them when they needed help, when the parent needs help, the adult child not gonna be there. They ain't gonna do shit. Or if anything, they're gonna be way worse than the parent. Anyway, let me continue. Let me unmute this. Jesus. Okay, so another topic came up, and that topic was what famous person died too soon? I'm looking currently at an image of Cameron Boyce. Now, Cameron Boyce, some of y'all may recognize as Luke from the Disney Channel show Jessie. I remember watching Jessie in my youth years. I know I'm gonna sound like an old man with that, but still, I remember watching Jessie in my youth years. Like, I don't know if it's like every day from like my summer vacation, but still, but I remember watching Disney. I remember watching Disney Channel when I was like, I'd say around my early toddler years or maybe my preteen years. I remember. And the news hearing that Cameron Boyce died later when I was a teenager, it hit hard. It hit really hard. So another topic came up, and it was somebody getting stuck on a water slide. So we all know water slides are commonly seen in water parks, right? I mean, obviously. But the thing is, some rides can end up malfunctioning. Like maybe a screw could come loose, the ride goes down when it was supposed to go up. This case, it was one of those water slides where you're in this and where you're like it opens a door to this little tube, and then you're given a countdown until you plunge into the slide, and then you slide all the way down aggressively. Well, one of those slides had this. I think it was a girl in there, and she barely even made it halfway through the slide. Like she got stuck, slid back down, and then ended up stuck in there. I think this was on a cruise ship too. That's one of my fears that run around when I end up on those open the tube to get in the water slide kind of things. That's kind of what runs through my mind. Okay, now that the topic of I hate Chris comes on, everybody hates Chris comes on. Like it's like everybody that Chris interacted with seemed to be against him. Like his whole family, his peers, all of that. Like either they were condescending or they were just blatantly rude to him. Now, I wouldn't blame Chris at all if he decided to leave that family and be like, I ain't talking to none of y'all. I wouldn't blame him. You know, the topic of Sheldon came back up again. As brilliant as Sheldon was, as smart as he did take up most of his parents' time, which, of course, kids need their parents' time, but if it's like 3 kids or 2 kids, or more than 2 kids actually for that matter, all of them need the exact same time. Like, equally. There can't be one triumphs over the other. And you know what bitch triumphed over the most? The younger sibling. They're more favoritized. They're more spoiled, to say. Not as in brat wise, but, you know, given the most valuable time, of course. Leaving the older middle one to beg for scraps. And the fact that it's normalized in some families is really disheartening to me. And when Missy said, "Why do you always take his side?" Like, that hit me hard because it's commonly known that if both siblings screw up or if something happens, the older sibling or the middle sibling is always the first person to be blamed. Like, there's no accountability towards the younger one because they're seen as the little angel or the baby. Like, this is how they start playing victim now. This is how they start fucking up more. This is how they start coming in the older sibling and middle sibling's room just to fuck with them. And then when the older sibling or middle sibling fights back for their injustice, then they go being like, "I'm telling." Like, bruh, you came in here starting mess first. And you doing that, knowing that they'll just take your side by immediate, that's even worse. And those types of children that like feel neglected, like when they're older or middle child and they know they got a sibling that's gonna be having their side taken up for the most, I know how hard it hurts. And I wouldn't blame you if you decide to go break contact with that family. I wouldn't blame you not one bit. Okay, Sheldon got a point there. Because we all know that the older sibling's supposed to look out for maybe the younger sibling or middle sibling, but Sheldon made a good ass point. What this age range and let me see if I can play it again. Let me see if I can play it again. 'Cause I already fucking forgot. So he said, why should random birth order determine moral responsibility? Meaning, like, why should somebody older, like the sibling, why should the older sibling have to de- determine the morals of the younger ones? I mean, you get the picture. You get the point. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, if anything, the narrative that the older sibling has to look out for the younger one all the time really proves that it's probably the parent that's just like, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be there for the younger one, so I'm gonna just place all that responsibility on the older one and just make a whole narrative about it to the public. That's basically what they're saying. They're basically saying, older sibling, throw out all your needs, throw out all your wants, and just be the knight in shining armor for your younger sibling or younger whatever. Okay, so I just saw this TikTok video where this person was, I don't know, looked like they was enjoying some ramen, but it looked like they had two tongues. Dear God. Okay, so this was something I didn't know about. So, I'm sure by now, which I'm sure it should be already done, a lot of y'all have probably seen Kung Fu Panda 2. With if you're not, you better see it. Like, it's sure it's been years, but still, go watch it. So we all know the original story that Lord Shen dies. Well, there was a deleted scene where Poe tried to save Lord Shen. I'm like, yo, I want to see how this plays out. Anyway, if there's something you don't want to like talk about, you're more than free to. You don't necessarily have to be me like trying to do the combo starting. Hmm. Okay, testing. Okay, there you go. I unplugged my mic by mistake. Anyway, so we all know about the would you rather challenge, right? What's going on? Yeah, the diabolical, most inhumane changes they think of. And literally no way to escape it because rather either one. Anyway, let me have to say. Yeah, although there are some good would you rather questions, there are also some pretty heinous and diabolical ones eh, that people make up and just make it seem inevitable that you have to answer it. So, there was one of those, it's just a blah blah blah. This one was, it's just a menu theme. The reply was just a menu theme, and then I'm given a picture of the Nintendo Wii's menu screen. I'm literally playing one of the games that was on the Wii. Like the Wii, and I think my grandfather still has his Wii downstairs. Like the Wii was a very popular era. One of the most nostalgic in my case. Well, others' case. Like games like Wii Sports, Wii Sports Resort, Mario Galaxy, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, Smash Bros. Brawl, uh, Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, and many other games that were featured on the Wii. A lot of people remember. Mainly Wii Sports. Also, I remember where when some people used to watch Netflix on the Wii. I was one of those people. Man. So the topic came up about choking on your own saliva. Now, I just want to say that be the most embarrassing thing, as well as the most excruciating thing that could happen to you, because it's your own spit. You're choking on your own spit, and it happens so unexpectedly too. Like, like there's two pipes in your throat, one specifically for food and another specifically for drinks. If something goes down the wrong pipe, that could cause you to choke. And well, you end up dying. Well, that just came out. But like if one thing goes down the wrong pipe, you end up choking. That's just how I'm just gonna leave it. But I cannot tell you the pain. Well, not the pain, but the amount of distress you have to face when you're choking on your own spit. Like, ugh. So another topic came up. So it was this girl who was like, someday I will be somebody. And the dude was like, you are already somebody. And I want to say that kind of hit me hard. That hit me pretty hard. Very hard. Because this is the thing. As a small content creator and as a small VTuber overall, like, it can be really hard to catch viewers. It can be really hard to, like, gain more followers because it seems like every time you stream, nobody shows up, nobody, like, brings out the word, like, hey, this person's live. There was even one time where I was like, hey, I need some support. Y'all just leaving me alone in the dust. And instead of being like, hey, okay, let's try to help this guy out, I was labeled attention seeking and I was said to be quote unquote guilt tripping. I'm not. I just need more support cuz it's hard trying to build views by yourself. Very difficult cuz you got to be trendy, you got to be following up with the latest memes, latest trends, all that shit. I don't know, but I just keep streaming just because. And it's mainly just to move out. Okay, so the video I'm watching now is kind of a follow-up video on something I watched like a few days ago. It was about this mom who used his son's credit card, well, basically bank stuff for her own personal gain. Like, hang on, let me go ahead and move my Twitch friend codes. Like, not move it, but you know, like kind of adjust it. I didn't want to like change it, shrink it so it's able to be viewed here. Okay, shrink it down right here. Perfect. Now that's better. Okay, back to topic. So it's about this like thing where it's like his mom is using her son's credit card. Now, because of her wrongdoing, she messed up her son's credit score, meaning like now he's not able to get himself a house. He's not able to do anything really because his mom screwed him over so hard. And instead of that mom taking accountability, like facing up to the consequences of her actions, she proceeds to go on this whole rant, gaslighting and guilt tripping her son about quote unquote everything she's done for him. What about what you did to him? You fucked over his life, and you have the nerve and the audacity to brag about what you did for him? And I just want to say, any parent who feels a need to like guilt their kids into doing whatever they want them to do, you're evil. That proves that everything you've done for your kid was just out of manipulation and just for control. Yes, you given them a roof over their head. Yes, you gave them clothes. Yes, you gave them food. But that is just a bare minimum. That's what you're supposed to do as a parent. Otherwise, you would end up locked up. Do you want a cookie? Do you want a Nobel Prize for doing a bare minimum? That's like, that's literally like jumping and expecting some sort of prize for doing that. Everyone jumps. Everyone has a few seconds of levitation before coming back down to Earth's gravitational pull. That's literally the same thing. That's also like saying I want a Nobel Prize for being able to move my eyes. You look real crazy doing that because everybody's able to move their eyes. Let me continue watching. Matter of fact, let me scroll because then I'm gonna end up breaking something because that was starting to piss me off. And another one. Caption. The feeling of coming out of your room just for your family to make fun of you. Like, it's even more heartbreaking if it is this is what oh blah, 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 I can't speak today. What's even more heartbreaking is if your own family, your bloodline, starts making fun of you, like starts criticizing you for everything you do. It's very heartbreaking because it's like the people that raised you, the people that brought you to life. It's very deteriorating when they start making fun of you. Like they start spreading rumors, criticizing your every move, shaming you for how you look, making you feel insecure for just being you, for simply just existing. What's more diabolical is those same bitches wonder why you don't talk to them, you don't want anything to do with them. It's likely those same bitches that be doing that shit. That same shit. They do the most diabolical shit known to mankind and then be like, why don't you talk to me? Why don't you call me? Why don't you ever want to hang out? What did I ever do to you to deserve your silent treatment? You've been doing all this toxicity towards me and you expect me to just forgive you? No, I ain't forgiving you not one bit. Maybe I could, but I won't forget it. Not once will I forget it. When I look at your face, when I hear your voice, I'm gonna remember I'm gonna remember those few times you disrespected me and my boundaries. I am not gonna let it go. And to those that think forgiveness means you're just gonna forget about what you did, no, it does not. But then again, do not use somebody's wrongdoing as a weapon to try and manipulate them, because at that point, it's just blackmail. Not my ear. Anyway. Now here's the topic. It's seven things this dude that someone hates at. Okay, well the topic is seven things that are most despised. Well, seven types of parents that are most despised. Number five was the parents that be like, because I said so. That's basically rubbing in adultism. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but adultism is the prejudice or bias or hatred against children. Well, basically, it's a way to demonize or dehumanize a child. Basically, rubbing in this narcissistic narrative: I'm the adult, you're the child, you listen to me because I'm older than you. That's some dictator level shit. That's some dictatorship level shit right there. Matter of fact, let me look up adultism because I might have gotten the definition wrong. Yeah. Adultism is the abuse of power adults have over children. And it happens commonly. It happens way too commonly and it seems justified too. I don't like that. And I'm sure your kids wouldn't like it either. Like teachers too. Don't be that type of teacher that be like, because I said so. Like the quote, because I said so, that is not a valid reason. You need a valid reason to support your claim. Otherwise, it's just a false fallacy. Anyway, right. Well, it has come time to end stream. So thank you all for listening to the story. Chapters 4 and 6 will be for next Tuesday. And thank you for also listening to my little rants. And as always, thank you very much for watching.